Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Please welcome with me Hadi Hadiatullah from class B, and I want to share with you about my reading journal in last week. But before that, I want to say thanks to our God, Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala. So, in this morning, we can attend this online meeting with a fine condition. But also, I want to say thanks to Mrs. Asri, our lecturer, to give us new and more knowledge especially about the extensive reading. And also, I want to say thanks to Miss Raihani for choosing me to be a presenter in this week. So let me start with my preference. Like I stated in my peer interview before, I like the adventure genre. Why? Because it's sweet to me a lot. I like to explore the new things and new places, so I think adventure genre is really sweet to me. And also I like surprise. So I looking for the story who have a surprise, so many in this story. And then why I choose this comic? Before I found the Seven Deadly Sins, I also looking for another comic like The Amazing Spider-Man, but it's only stuck in the town. It's not an adventure, but only running and around in the town, so I leave it. And then I read the Attack on Titan, but I need something different. I watched the animation from the episode 1 until now because it's ongoing, so I need something new. And I tried to read the Captain Marvel, but it's so complicated. I give up because if you want to finish the Captain Marvel, you should read another comic who related to Captain Marvel appear. So I found the Seven Deadly Sins. It's really sweet to me a lot. And so I have watched the animation before. It's like 3 episodes and sweet to my preference. And I like any type of sarcasm. In the story, the Seven Deadly Sins is not mean a villain, but Sins is a hero in this story. But otherwise, the Holy Knights who have a word holy is a villain here, and I like the type of sarcasm like this. And the most important thing, I enjoyed this story because I want, not because I should. And then I want to share about the general synopsis. The Seven Deadly Sins is a story who Meliodas try to reunite the Seven Deadly Sins and want to stop the cult of the Holy Knights. But in the journey, there must be a lot of challenge and the threat in the journey. So let me introduce you to the character in this story. The first is Meliodas. Meliodas is a leader and main character in here. She is kind but a tricky personality, and is the pet of Meliodas. He loyal to Meliodas but get mad easily. And Elizabeth Leones is a third daughter of the king and want to stop the cult and help the kingdom and try to collect the Seven Deadly Sins. And then Lord Twigo. Lord Twigo is the first villain in this story. And then Gil Thunder. Gil Thunder is one of the Holy Knights warrior. So let me start with my time management. In 6 days, I finished 3 chapters. And I have irregular time reading because I should organize the time in my schedule and my reading time. And I can finish 1 chapter in 2 days. Maybe it's like a 25, 20 or 15 pages a day. And in 1 day, I start reading at night because in the morning, evening and afternoon, I still looking for another comic. But I found the Seven Deadly Sins in night. So I start in night. And in day 6, I start reading at 5 p.m. because I have schedule in the morning, and in the afternoon I should prepare this presentation. And I truly must responsible about this. So let me start with chapter 1. So the chapter 1 begins in a restaurant named Buar Hut. Buar Hut is mean restaurant Topi Babi because it can travel. When they want to move to another place, the restaurant live to the beach body so they can traveling to another place. In the restaurant, everyone in the restaurant talking about the knights who appear in night and keep shouting the 7 deadly sins. But then suddenly the knight in shining armor come to Meliodas' restaurant and keep shouting the 7 deadly sins. But then he get tired of and get stuck to the ground. But there is a girl. Someone who used the shining knights is a girl, is Elizabeth Leonis. The news of the knights, shining knights, coming to the garrison warriors, and then the garrison warriors come to the restaurant for looking for the someone who used the shining armors because maybe it is a deadly 7 deadly sins. And then when Elizabeth Leonis wake up from fainted, he want to escape and run to the forest. But then suddenly he meet the Lord Twigo, one of the holy knights. But Meliodas wants to save her and have a clash with Lord Twigo. So the Meliodas got out his power and beat the Lord Twigo in the class. So the chapter 1 is finished and let's move to chapter 2. And after Meliodas defeat the Lord Twigo, Meliodas realized the village is not safe anymore. So they travel to another village and they go to the Bernia village. In the Bernia village, there's a sword stuck to the ground. It is Lord Twigo's sword, a valiant who defeated by Meliodas before. And the sword barred the water to the village, so the villagers is blocking the water, so they don't have a water to drink. But then the villagers want to lift the sword up, but they can't because the sword was cursed and can only live by someone who have a power. And then Meliodas come up and want to lift the sword, but the villagers didn't trust if he can lift up because his little body. But then he coming up to the front and can lift up the sword easily. And then let's move to chapter 3. Elizabeth is being an employee in Meliodas' restaurant. And then rumor about the child who can lift a sword get heard by holy knights. So the holy knights want to test the Meliodas' power. So the holy knights, Gilthander, send the lightning arrow to Meliodas' place. But then Meliodas see the lightning arrow and put out his symbol and get power over the dragon sin. But with brave, Meliodas catch the lightning arrow, not save himself, but also save the Elizabeth, Meliodas, the pig, and also the Bernia village. This moment is patriotic to me. And the lightning arrow is coming back to the Holy Knight's place and destroy the building. And then this is my favorite part. When Meliodas with brave catch the lightning arrow and jump, catch the lightning arrow and send back the lightning arrow back to the Holy Knight's place and destroy the buildings. And the conclusion for me, like I stated before, I like the type of adventure like this, so it's sweet to me a lot. the introduction is slowly, and the most important thing is I enjoyed this story because I want, not I shared. And then this my review for me, this story is not proper for someone who under 15 because there's so many bloods and there's inappropriate scene to look by under 15. So I think that's enough for me. So thank you for your attention. So I think that's enough for me. Thank you for your attention. I want to apologize for my mistake and my weaknesses, but I promise this will be a experience for learn to me. So thank you for your attention.